Battle is on is at Asaba there right now. Well, talking about Rangers versus Bende Insurance, the big battle between the two teams who have been following themselves in 1978. Welcome you on the show. Sport update on Trust TV. Adeni Gishafe. Well, right now the two teams are really battling themselves to see who will triumph in the Federations Cup for this year. It's been a long time they've been fighting themselves. Well, right now I have in the studio Emmanuel Fashimi.
Thank you for having me, Adeni. I think for Bendel Insurance and Rangers International, they are not new to the Federations Cup final. These two teams have met twice, and both of them have won the Federations Cup final in two of the finals, 1-1 apiece. And the last time Rangers won the Federations Cup was 2018, when they came back from 3 goals down to beat Kano Pillars 4-3, then on the penalties. And for Bendel Insurance, this is their slot to play in the continent. After playing so well in the average season, at the end of the day, if they don't have anything to show for it, I think it's going to be painful. It's my team. I'm supporting Bendel.
What if your team lose now?
No, I don't want them to lose. I don't want them to. So they should win this match. Whatever is going to take them to win this game against Rangers, they should do all they can. If Monday Odige don't give Bendel Insurance this trophy, I will look for him personally.
You are talking as if you are going to do many things.
No, I will not do him anything, but I will look for him personally.
What will you do to him?
I will talk to him.
Oh, funny enough, you can't even see the Monday. Anyway, as we speak right now, Rangers International versus Bende Insurance. What a match that will be coming up there. But let's quickly go back memory lane and look at these two teams. They have some history to share. 1978, 1981. Let's see what happened between the two teams. Quickly, let's look at that particular history there in the Federations Cup. Bende Insurance and Rangers International clashed in the final of the competition in 1978 and 1981 with a win for each team. Insurance will rather remember the 1978 final, which Storm fans who trooped to the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos that afternoon. Insurance only win in the competition previously was in 1972. We're taking you back memory lane now when they needed a replay to defeat Sam Garba Okoye inspire mighty Jets to claim the title. Rangers were the happening team of the mid-70s in Nigeria, winning the oldest and most glamorous football championship consecutively in 1974, 75 and 76. In 77, Rangers International won the Africa Cup Winners' Cup. So it was a team riding on high waves, though they could not defend their title in 1977, losing to IICC Shooting Stars of Ibadan. The Flying Antelopes, that is Rangers International, were back in the final in 1978. Clear favorites to reclaim the trophy, the Core City Giants were poleaxed 3-0, with Peter Egarefba scoring the first goal from a long-range free kick. They got their revenge in 1981. Also at the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. Okuchukwu Obiora and Ifeanyi Onyedika, a member of the 1980 Africa Cup of Nations winning Green Eagles, scored to hand the Benin Arsenal a 2-0 defeat and return the trophy back to Enugu. So you see, in 1978, Bende Insurance, in 1981, Rangers International. So both of them right now are locking horns in Delta State. The two times they met, 78, 81 was in Lagos, but now Asaba. What's going to happen? Well,
I think Asaba is it's good. Whoever wins it, both teams are not new to that region, and for Bendel Insurance, it's just a neighboring state to Edo State, that is Delta State, and for Enugu, it's not that far from also Asaba. But if you look at the way things have spanned out this season for both teams, I think Bendel Insurance on paper is the favorite to win, but experience-wise, Rangers International, because they understand the Federations Cup so well, they've won it more, and I think it's only anybody that is actually contesting with them with a quite number of wins of the Federations Cup. So, but for this game that is going on right now, I see a different ball game from Bendel Insurance, because the coach actually made a statement that at the end of the season, if they don't have anything to show for their brilliance, they were unbeaten in the regular average league season before they lost to Rivers United in the Super 6 playoff right there, still in Lagos, but now attention has shifted to Asaba. But if you look at it, for Rangers International with Abdul Mekeba, a man who has won the Federations Cup as a player and now he's going as a coach. So if side by side, experience-wise, tactics from both coaches now. We know Abdul Mekeba came into this business before Monday Odige. He's an old hand when it comes to coaching. But sometimes the young coaches always have this their way to wriggle around. But I would love to see a very good game from both teams, because what is at stake right now is the trophy. What is at stake right now is the trophy and then a continental ticket. Who picks it? If you ask me, as a proud free Edo born, I want Bendel Insurance.
Let's see if Rangers will actually turn this around, because in 1978, Bendel Insurance getting it, and in 1981, we took it down the memory lane of history between the two teams when they met in this competition. When you look at Federations Cup, Rangers, yes, they've been there, they've seen it all, back to back. One of the, at least in this country right now, when you talk about Nigerian football or league football, Rangers International, the Flying Antelopes, they are one of those clubs that can rub their shoulder with the likes of Eyimba and IICC, that shooting stars of Ibadan. Well, you can't take anything away from Bendel Insurance, but in 1974, 75, 76, they won back-to-back, and right now, they want to ride on that particular roller coaster of seeing if they can win it. And for Bendel Insurance, being invincible, as they call them, they are the team to also beat, because they also did well in their league, not losing a game, even they transferred that to the Super 6 before they finally break the horse's back was breaking that in the first game. But right now, Rangers, Bendel Insurance, both teams, tactically, they are ready. History-wise, they've done it. 1-1 in 78, 1-1 in 81, Rangers, and then Insurance in 78. And you look at the performance this season, you want to tip Bendel because of what they've done, or what they did rather, in their league. Not losing any match. 18 games unbeaten is a big one. But Rangers, like you said, their experience count. Abdul Mekaba, who knows that, yes, I want to also break a record by being a coach and a player who has actually done it. Odigi, Monday, will also want to be like, okay, I can also be the Guardiola of this particular team. After all, Guardiola was able to dislodge Ancelotti despite the experience in the Champions League before they faced Inter Milan in the final. So it is very possible. It's open 50-50 for this game over there in Asaba. I'm not in towards anyone, even though you are the Edo bomb boy, as you call yourself, but football can be very, very dicey.
No, football can be very, very dicey and funny because I feel and I fear a bit for Monday Odige, because Abdul Mekeba, like I said, is an experienced coach, and in this game right now, experience is going to count from both coaches, because tactically, Abdul Mekeba stands far. Though we've seen the way Bendel Insurance panned out this season. Monday Odige actually did a very good job by leading that team to 18 matches unbeaten in the average season, and they transformed that same form to the Super 6 playoff before they lost to Rivers United. But at the end of the day, like I said from the onset, Bendel Insurance actually wants to play in the continent after losing that ticket to Rainbow Stars in the Super 6 playoff. Also, Rangers International, if you look at, the history just came up on the screen, and if you look at it, Rangers International, the gap is so wide when it comes to the Federations Cup. So, and sometimes history normally plays out when it comes to football, even though history and experience go hand in hand. And if you look at history and experience, Rangers International stands afar, and that is what Rangers International is going to be banking on. But what Bendel Insurance is banking on right now is their form for the season. Can your form propel you to win the trophy?
Let's see that. Maybe they answer you with their performance there. Bendel Insurance, Rangers International, just to let you have a feel of what's happening in Delta, precisely in Asaba there. Now, we cross over from football. Let's quickly talk about some sport. After all sports are very important. Even though football is the beautiful bride, you can't take it away. But let's talk about basketball now. NBBF, Nigerian Basketball Federation, announced squad for FIBA Under-16 African Zone 3 qualifier in Ghana from 22nd. That's from tomorrow. They will they will be in Ghana to file out in that qualifier. Would they be able to do a FIBA Under-16 African Zone 3? Well, let's quickly look at the squad released by NBBF for both male and female. Let's look at it from the male side. We have the name of Under-16 male basketball team list. You have Adele Worship Summer. What a name. When you have a worship, expect a winning Oh my
They
goodness.
worship.
Okebe Umome Divine. You have Eric Shirish Oswe, and what a name. Aaron Livingstone, Joseph Killian, Babatunde Abdul Samad, additional. Sambo Abraham Nadabu, Saleh Aruna, Iwundu Daniel Chibuzo, Ngwabu the Success, Okpara Delight, Dabiri Chuku, and you have Uvio Lewis. Those are the players, and their names is already speaking victory for Nigeria. I like this. I like these names. Eric Sherish, Oswe.
From the first one, Adele worship Samuel. How battle, how strong is it?
The worship. Before they can call something worship, you know it's a massive term.
Massive one, but a good one for the Nigerian under 16 team. We just need to go to Ghana. It's a 3-day tournament from tomorrow to 24th before they will leave Ghana. But I think the Federation has put up a very strong team, because this is one of the strongest team we can at least lay our hands on right now. So it's just for them to go there, do well, and then get that ticket.
Do well and get that ticket on that 16 May basketball team. They will be in Ghana already, in Ghana. But that's the squad list. Let's look at the women also. They will also be filing out. Let's look at Aya Favor. They will be she among the females representing Nigeria there. Benjamin Awaze, People Eze Bright, Isaac Abigail, Iwuji Vivian, Ijamara Franca, Joshua Judith, Kane Uche Glory, Samuel Bemisola, Shehu Khadija, Shehu Salimatu, Tewogbade Ayomide, Ume Blessing, Olatunde Ajoke, and you have Essien Favor. That Ume sounds closer to the man over there in the US.
Yes, of course. Well, if you look at both teams, both the male and the female, they have a very wonderful names. Somebody is wearing People is a Bride. Okay, yes. I think she's going with crowd to that place. But we just hope this both our male and female team don't lose out the ticket. But so far so good. It's a good one for the male team. I think they are ready. It's just for the female that has been out of action for the past 2 years because of MBBF fracas and the rest of issues. But so far so good. The league has come back up and running. They just finished the first phase in Benin and then in Zaria. So I believe they've picked because the vice president actually came out that they are going to pick the best hands for this particular tournament, and that was why the league was up and running in Benin and in Zaria, and they've actually gotten players, the female players from these two events that came up just I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago. It ended in Benin and then in Zaria. So they should not lose this ticket. They should get us the ticket, and then we can be be happy about that.
Well, talking about basketball, our ladies under 16 and also the guys are battle ready to perform their duties over there in Ghana in the FIBA qualifiers for the under 16. Wishing them the best, and at least let's hear good news from Ghana that both of them can actually scale through in these particular qualifiers. Now, talking about other sports, we cross over to volleyball now, where Nigerian Volleyball Federation right now also they've listed players that represent Nigeria in their own competition. African Beach Games. MVBF on this beach volleyball squad, and that squad we look at the two both for male and also for female. As right now, let's look at the male team that will represent Nigeria there. Obayemi Ogushino, Hilary Simon, Peter Ibrahim, Emenike Ezike, Uchena Okoreafo, and you have Philip Zaka. Those are the players for men. They will be representing Nigeria. They are Obayemi Ogushino, fantastic player when it comes to volleyball, in beach volleyball, and representing Nigeria there. And also in the women category, the female list, let's look at the one released also. Esther Umba, Albertina Francis, Tochukwu Unoruga, Naomi Yaro, Francisca Ikede, and you have Happy Wuchilang, another fantastic player, Happy Wuchilang. When you look at that lady, the way she play volleyball, fantastic player there. All of them are battle ready. They represent Nigeria 2023 African Beach Games.
Good one. I think this name, I'm not scared with this list right now for both male and female. These are the best volleyball players we have. That is when it comes to beach volleyball. And Wushlang, the lady from Plateau, fantastic player, brilliant, very good. Whenever you see her playing, you want to play the beach volleyball. Quite a number of times when they came here at this the Jabi Lake tournament, they normally come down this place, and you see beautiful artistry from these players. And like I said, for the male and female, I think they have put up a very formidable team. So we should be expecting something good in that tournament.
Well, from the way right now, both in basketball and also in volleyball, we have our squad actually unveiled, and we wish all the team the best for both male and female, expecting them to actually at least scoop those competition by qualifying, also winning trophy. The likes of Coach Kayode Ajilore will be in charge for men. Well, wishing them the best there. And now, why we talk about sports in Nigeria, you know, I've noticed that aside football, so many other sports are actually doing well, but for the fact that football has taken so much chunk of the fame, support, fund, and every other thing. But despite that, other federations, other athletes in different sports like athletics, basketball that we just mentioned, volleyball, handball, cricket, hockey, mentioned the taekwondo, karate, judo, golf, they are trying their best to make sure, yes, we can do this. If you remember, in our edition in the morning, we talked about rugby, Nigerian rugby team going to Mauritius. But really, aside that, I'm like, okay, really, even though football has been a beautiful bride, but we have other sports really doing very well.
We have other sports doing well, most especially the volleyball. Kudos, I will always give a thumbs up to the president, that is Engineer Musa Nimrod, who actually, he himself was an ex-player of volleyball, and he understands this game so well. And if you look at the zeal, the work ethics of this man, you just marvel. If we can have all the federation president emulating this man, what are we saying? We have the talents here. All we just lack is the facilities, the exposure, and lack of, well, I say, man management. Because when we look at, okay, football, like you said, is the beautiful bride that everybody is running after. But I think it's high time we shift attention to other sports and see how we can do so well. Like the volleyball, the last Olympics, they almost got the qualification ticket, and they lost, I think, to Egypt. And the man, the president came back and said and promised that when Paris 2024, they are going to get that ticket. And I tell you, immediately after that, they organized tournaments. Now they've gotten the best players for the country. I can tell you they are on track to get that ticket comes Paris 2024. So if we can actually shift our attention to other sport, now the ICC body gave an award to Nigeria because of how the NCF took cricket to Zamfara, and over 50 women are playing cricket in Zamfara State. Look at the region. Look at where they went to. Who will say, okay, they took cricket to Zamfara and they just welcome it with an open hand. And over 50 women, as we speak, are playing cricket in Zamfara State. Look at that region.
Did you say 50? 1,500.
I just made mention of registered one, 50, and they have over that. And like I mentioned on this show some time ago, NCF designed a program. They named it 1,000 crickets on the street. They are trying to get to popularize this sport among Nigerians. So if we can actually put our programs out there that can get talent, catch them from the grassroots, go to schools, go to primary schools. There are a lot of talents embedded everywhere, but everybody has switched attention to football. But that's not the way to go. We should also give attention to other sports.
On a lighter note, if you say man management, is there chicken management? Anyway, just to get some smile out of your mouth there. Right, quickly, let's talk about Paris 2024. A lot of news coming out that alleged corruption, police raid Paris 2024 Olympic organizers' headquarters. Right now, that news actually came out at the French police right now, trying to see what's happening there in France, because the organizer seems a lot of issues here and there has to do with corruption, issue of construction, money being mismanaged and all that. And I think this is not only about our...
it's not only in Africa that you see corruption. Corruption is everywhere in the world.
Especially in sport. I know what happened in FIFA.
And just that here in this part of the world, we do our own. We go deep.
We use korokoro. Like
They will take it from the board. Sincerely, this is not the kind of news that is good for a tournament that is just how many months away from now. So for those persons involved, they did not do well for France and did not do well for the competition at all. And if these are kind of issues that can make a body strip you of the hosting right. We've seen this. It happened to, though it's not corruption related, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup that just ended in Argentina. A country where Indonesia was stripped of it because of an issue. An issue like this can just make the body say, okay, we can strip you of this tournament and take it to another place, because it's not only France that actually submitted bid for hosting it. They can also look at other places and say, okay, let's give you that support. We give you the money, but what it means is that there's going to be a fire brigade approach.
After all, we still have a year. The Olympic will be coming up July next year. So a year for advanced countries or those countries that are well prepared. The stadium is always
ready, but ready. You know, other logistics that is involved will actually maybe take.
How long did it take Argentina? Remember when Indonesia was actually stripped? It wasn't even up to 3 months.
But if we look at Argentina, they
were ready.
Yes, if you look, they were ready. But
imagine if our stadia across Nigeria now are in good condition, always being maintained. Well, Nigeria, we have what it takes to say, okay, we want to host, we want to bid, we want to. That's why at time when I see Nigeria bid for that, I'll always be smiling. Are we ready to host all these competitions?
We are not ready, because it's not only facilities alone. There are other things
a lot of things. When they are competing and then they will take the light, what happens?
There are a lot of things that is involved, but so far for France, this news is not actually telling well
at all. It's not. It's not too good for France. Look at the fact that they are so close to hosting the world at that's for Olympics, and this kind of corruption is coming up, where they have to really nip it in the bud by getting all those people arrested and see how they can get everything set. Paris 2024 Olympics, a lot of issues there. Now, before we go, let's talk about a transfer story that has to do with Manchester United player, Fulham. Fulham are interested, are keen on midfielder Fred from Manchester United. Well, Fred, Manchester United, somebody will say, I want Bruno to leave.
Well, I think Fred is among the players that has been penciled down to leave Manchester United, but it's painful. Personally, to see Fred leaving Manchester United. Going to Fulham is not going to be a bad move for him, because Fulham is another top side in England, though he's in London, so he will leave the whole of Manchester and move straight
What happened?
I'll move straight to London. But for Fred, he's a fantastic player, good player. We can say they have a replacement for him, because Manchester United wants to rebuild, and if he moves to Fulham, he's still in England, so it's a good move for him.
Well, if you are saying leaving a whole Manchester, you are talking as if Manchester is red. Manchester is not red now; it's blue, right?
It's not blue.
It's sky blue.
The sky
Manchester
is not blue.
City. They are the champions
owner
of
Manchester is Manchester United.
Listen, my brother, they won the EPL, they won the Champions League. What can be more dominating than that?
did it in 1999.
That's record. We are going back. We are talking about now.
Premier League trophies.
We are talking about now.
Champions League title, 12 FA Cups.
Who is the winner right now?
Right now, Manchester City.
So the sky there is.
We also have a trophy.
Oh my goodness!
Carabao Cup.
Oh, it's Carabao to Manchester United, or rather City, winning the EP and also Champions League. You can't take that away. Manchester City right now, the sky is blue there. I'm very, very sure. So if you want to go to London, where you can join former Chelsea player, what's his name now, Willian or thereabout, let him go. But really, Manchester City, the city is also Manchester City. And they are actually blue. You can't take that away.
No problem.
That will be it on the show. Sport updates on Trust TV. Emmanuel Fashimi, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.